Hello homeschool moms, I wanted to hop in here really quickly and talk with you a little bit about how to teach our kids time and money. Now, I, over the years, have done two different things, just depending on the season of life that I am in when it comes to teaching my kids how to tell time and money. But really quickly, I wanted to take a slight detour because I know a lot of you that have watched my videos know that I love Math UC. It is one of those math curriculums that I just have had great success with. Now, if you've watched even more of my videos, you know that we are now starting to also love BJU Press Math, kind of finding that Math UC fits some of my kids and BJU Press Math fits some of the other ones. But anyways, I've used Math UC for years and years and years. 14 years to be precise. And while I love it, I have found that it is lacking in two areas, and that is time and money. I feel like it has a creative way to teach time, but there isn't enough reinforcement and practice with time and money for my kids to really grasp it and know how to use time and money, how to use money and how to tell time. So I've had to supplement Math UC over the years with one of these two things that I'm going to share with you. The first method is my favorite method when it comes to teaching my kids time and money, and that is just to incorporate it into play. I mean, to make it fun. And so I do that by purchasing some clocks like this that we can use to practice telling time, and also purchasing play money. So I've got dollars and I also have a bag of coins as well. And we just do fun things with these. We play make believe, which is probably the most fun thing that we do. We'll set up a store of some kind and we'll write up prices, and the kids have their money, or I'm the shopper and I've got my money, and we have to pay $1 for something or $2 for something, and we slowly incorporate coins as well. And then I start pretending to be the customer and not having exact change, and teaching my kids how, if it costs $1.50 and I give them $2, they've got to give me 50 cents back. And so that's just a fun thing to do. And honestly, I think it's the most effective way. It's fun. It's like real life. I mean, that's the way we really use money, right? And it gives our kids just a good lesson in learning how to use money. When it comes to the clock, we do fun stuff with that as well. Like, we will say that the store opens at 5 o'clock, and so then my kids are going to set the clock to 5 o'clock, or I'll say, hey, the store opens at 5:15, and so they're going to set the clock to 5:15 when they are ready for their store to open. So just incorporating that. The other thing that we will do with the clock is I will sit down with the clock and a whiteboard, okay, let me grab a whiteboard because there's one right here behind me. So I will have, something else fell. Okay, I will have a whiteboard and I will have a clock, and the kids and I kind of take turns. So I will say to them, maybe, can you set the clock to 3 o'clock? And then they are going to have to move the clock around to 3 o'clock. And then I'll say, can you write 3 o'clock on here? And they'll have to show me what, 3 o'clock looks like written out. And so here they are hearing what the time is called, seeing it on a clock, and seeing it written out as well. And then we'll move to, hey, what about 3:45 or 3:45? What would that look like on the clock? What does that look like on here? Then maybe I will write a time on here, and they have to tell me what the time is, and they have to show me it on the clock. Or maybe I'll let them do it to me. They'll write something on here and I'll have to go, is that 1:45? And they'll be like, oh, Mom, you got it right. Or it'll say 1:45 and I'll say, does that say 6:45? They're like, oh, Mom, you need to work on your time. Or I will have them tell me, Mom, set the clock to 4 o'clock, and I will do that. Or Mom, set the clock to 4:20. and then I will move it to 4:20, and sometimes I will mess up and do it wrong, and they'll, I'll see if they can catch me on that. So this is a fun way to practice time. Now, another great thing to do with this method in terms of incorporating an actual clock and actual money. Oh my goodness, like my money just spilled all over the floor. But anyways, another way to incorporate this fun stuff is to go onto Pinterest and just look for fun games and activities to use with money. There's also a lot of great ideas on Pinterest, and they even have some worksheets and different fun activities to use with time and money. So that is a great way. That's kind of my first method, is make it fun, incorporated it into play and even everyday life. That's something that I didn't mention, but I will let my kids know, hey, you have to wake up at 6 o'clock tomorrow, or we're gonna have lunch at noon, and I want you to keep an eye on the clock, and when it's noon you let me know and we'll come have lunch. Or we're going to work on our schoolwork until I don't know, 10:15, and I'll say, oh, is it 10:15 yet? No. Now is it 10:15? Oh my gosh, Mom, it's 10:15. So just incorporating it in a fun way and into daily life is a great way to teach time and money. Now, the second method that I have used to teach time and money is workbooks. Now, I have some kids who enjoy workbooks, and I will incorporate that into our learning of time and money. But most of my kids, well, I should say all of my kids, even if they like workbooks, they would prefer the fun and incorporating it into play and everyday life. But let's be real, moms, there are sometimes I don't have the energy, I don't have the time, I don't have the sanity to make everything fun and games and incorporate things into my life. It's just too much brain power. It's just too exhausting. Do you know what I'm saying? I wish, I could always make learning fun and incorporate it into our lives. I mean, in theory, that would be my ideal homeschool situation, but that's not my reality, and it might not be your reality either. My reality is that for many, many years of homeschooling, I have had big ones to homeschool and little ones underfoot, and right now my reality is little ones underfoot, young ones to homeschool, middle ones to homeschool, teens to homeschool, and an adult one in college. So my brain power, my time, my energy is very limited. And as much as I want to incorporate all of this fun stuff in teaching my kids time and money, I don't always have the time or the energy or the sanity or even the interest. I hate to say it, but sometimes I just want them to learn it, and I just don't want to take the time to make it fun. I'm just being real here. I'm just being honest with you. So there are a lot of workbooks that you could buy that would work great, but I'm going to share with you the ones that I've really enjoyed and found have worked really well for my children. When it comes to money, I think they said cumin. How do you pronounce these? Okay, I need to work on that, but I think it's Cumin books. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But these are the ones that I've really enjoyed. This one is my first book of money, Counting Coins, and this is for ages 5, 6, or 7. And I found that these age spans are, pretty accurate. The other one that we do, so after they finish this one, we move into the second one, which is my book of money, Dollars and Cents, for about ages 6 to 8. And so I have found these to be a great resource in either teaching time and money if I don't have the time to incorporate it into play and everyday life, or just reinforcing what I have been teaching in fun playtime. But I'm just going to let you know, lately that fun playtime has not been happening all that much when it comes to teaching time and money. Now for time, same thing, these Cumin books. This one is my book of easy telling time, ages 4, 5, and 6. Again, I feel like this is pretty right on with the age range. And then when they finish this one, we go into my book of telling time, learning about minutes. And I've just again, found these to be a really great resource. I will link to them down below, as well as where I got the clock, and I think if I can remember where I got the money, I'll link to that as well. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know, how do you teach time and money in your homeschool to your kids? Leave those comments down below. Share with us. I love learning from you guys. These are my 2 methods, but I know you homeschool moms are amazing, and you probably have some great creative ideas as well. Leave them in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching and letting me share these tips for teaching time and money with you. I'll see you again really soon in another video. Bye-bye.